Welcome to CTV, your #1 online television channel. I am Emmanuel Bafok, and this is Football Domain. Today on the show, we'll be talking about the AFCON finale, which is slated for Sunday, 11th of February, 2024. And I have a special guest with me, which we'll be talking, we'll be saying the AFCON final together. Stay tuned. I'll be right back after this break. Welcome back. It's still Football Domain on CTV. Like I said before the break, I have a special guest with me in the person of David. David, how are you?
I'm fine, very much, thank you.
David, thank you for joining me on the program today. We have a host of topics to talk about the Super Eagles and Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
The final slated for Sunday, and it promises to be a cracker at that. Let's get down to business. So, before the final, or let me say before the tournament, there was not many expectations concerning the Super Eagles.
Yeah, sure.
You know, many doubts here and there. Should we go with the manager? Should some players be dropped and everything? But I want to ask you, has the Super Eagles exceeded expectations in this tournament?
Yeah. I'll say they've exceeded much, very, very much, because looking at it from the start, even from the qualifiers, I would say they started well with the qualifiers, but when they went for the break, that's the various players returning back to their clubs, and they came back for the second leg of the qualifiers, they didn't do much well compared to the way they came first and starting the qualifiers. But now that they are into the AFCON competition, we didn't expect much. We are only hoping for them to qualify out of the group because we didn't have much contenders, stronger football team that will compete against us in the group stage. But looking at it now, we can find ourselves in the finals with so many challenges. Looking at the teams we played against stronger teams. Looking at it in the ways of South Africa, in the ways of Equatorial Guinea that give us a tough time. That's our first match in the group stage. If you look at it, we thought we were even playing against a weaker team. Not until Equatorial Guinea came in clash with Cote d'Ivoire and had to beat them 4-0. So looking at it from that part from the side, when we decided that, okay, let us manage and just qualify out of the group stage and anything we see, because that's the usuals from the Super Eagles, not even knowing there were a lot of determinations going on between the players present playing for the Super Eagles. And looking at it, we won't only hail the players, we also hail the coach and the other staffs that have been putting actions into the pitch. Now, looking at it in various ways, Osimhen down to everybody, even Musa, Awaziem, those that have not been playing for some while now. Looking at it, Ian actually had to come himself during the last match to come and decide the match for us, like taking those final kicks. I would say very much they exceeded much than what we even expected them to perform in the AFCON.
To be very honest with you, they exceeded so much in that aspect. Like, we were hoping that maybe they should just, get eliminated from the group stages and, Ose Pesero, bye-bye. But now we've played so much into the tournament. We have invested emotions, we have invested time, we have invested prayers as well. The beliefs of Nigerians are rising going into this final. And do you think that belief is how would I put it, is what the Super Eagles need in them? Because for so long now, we've not had so much belief in our national team. The whole nation knows we don't have so much belief in them. But going into this final now, with everything that has happened, the games, the sweat, the blood, and everything, the belief is rising.
Yeah, sure.
The Super Eagles need that, don't they?
Yes, they really need it. And if you look at during my last statement, I made mention of determination. If you look at the match, that's why I do thank God that I started watching the match from the very beginning.
The very good stage.
Yeah, because if you look at the match, that's studying Nigerians from the very first match. Though we couldn't decide from the very first match because we all were thinking Equatorial Guinea was a weaker team.
Yeah.
We didn't know they came with full force. It was when we started playing, we started with our second match, we now saw that yes, the Super Eagles were well determined. So looking at it from the defense line to the midfield and to the striking position, even to the goalkeeper itself, we saw that there were a lot of determination, a lot of confidence in all wings. Everybody covered for themselves. If you look at it, we have good and relative similarities between Argentina team and the Nigerian team. Looking at the Argentina during their last World Cup competition, you saw that they had to come up with a lose in the group stage.
Yeah.
People also thought that the way Nigeria started to, they were not going this far because they were competing with just Equatorial Guinea and couldn't even get through them, even get the win. So looking at it from there, people started dropping hopes. But from our very second match, where we had to turn out and bring all our best, looking at the aspects, I saw both the two, that's the left back and the right back, performing outrageously. Looking at them, you would have decided that yes, they really know what they are doing. I have never, since I've been given birth to, I've never seen Super Eagles in so much form this way.
Wow.
Yeah, because looking at the past Nigerian national team players, we will have just like 2 or 3 players to mention out of the lineups that yes, they are very good. But looking at all of them, though we might have the players that have flaws in between them, but like I said, we do cover for ourselves. That's what we call players. Someone might have speed, while some might be good in marking the ball. So that's it. You that have the speed, you should be able to what? Come back and do not overlap and make sure you chase the ball back to get the ball back. That's where we see Osimhen. If you look at it very well, they even had to even conduct a test for him to see that exactly. Because how can a 9 be running from the very, very front post to the midfield to the defense? Yes, to get the ball. It's somehow. So that's what we call determination and confidence as well. So I think they're doing very, very well. And by God's grace, I'm even using prayers to push it, just like the other Nigerians are pushing that we must surely get this Nations Cup.
Exactly. Speaking of belief, we had that belief in the Nigerian national team that we could, you know, if we could just get past the group stages, if we just, you know, manage to enter into the round of 16, we could, you know, probably that's where it all ends. But the Super Eagles said, no, we are going all out for this.
Yes, sir.
And the belief was, I think the belief was kicking on. Right from the match of Angola. Because Angola, with the incentive that they had, will give you iPhones, will give you lands, will give you dollars, will give you free internet, free Wi-Fi, free this, free that. And the Super Eagles, I'm quite happy that the billionaires we have in this country aren't like making such demands for them, because that seemed to sway their heads. Like apart from previous tournaments where they will say the person that scores the first goal will get this, the person that scores the second goal will get this, but no billionaire has come out to say this is what we are giving you guys. I think they all had an agreement. I don't know, but that's what I feel, that they all had an agreement to calm down, let these boys play, let them achieve what they went to Ivory Coast to achieve. Then when they are coming back, let's bombard them with all these gifts. And that's what I think, that the belief of the Nigerians going into this final is on a high scale, because we actually have that belief again in the national team. And speaking of the belief, the host nation, after 3 games, their fans lost belief. They lost that belief in them, because how can you be an host nation and then you can't win all your 3 games? At least if you can win all your 3 games, at least win 2 or draw the remaining 2. But you lost to Nigeria, you lost to Equatorial Guinea 4-0. If the 4-0 had come with Nigeria, we would have said okay, fine, because it's a big team. But Equatorial Guinea, and then the belief went up. What could you say? What would you say brought back that belief in the fans when they eventually qualify for the knockout stages?
Well, looking at it, they didn't actually just bring up the belief just in one match, because they saw the struggles in the group stage. If I were to be from Cote d'Ivoire as well, I would just lost my belief of Ivory Coast going even into the quarterfinals. I won't even reason to that extent, because I saw their performance even in their most needed match. That was against Nigeria. Though I won't say they didn't play, because Nigeria also came with a determination to win too. But in that aspect, playing in your home, you should have much bigger determination, at least to bring the team forward.
With the home crowd and everything.
Exactly. But with that, everybody looked turned down, and they just had to fade off the belief that Cote d'Ivoire will be going into any bigger stage than the group stage. So with time, they were able to meet this tough team. I think that was Senegal. Yes, that was when their hope started building. That if Cote d'Ivoire could manage to beat Senegal, because Senegal was the #1 rated team to win the Africa Cup, and they are the defending champion as well. So if you look at it from that angle, you should say that yes, that was the first game that brought their belief, and they didn't just believe that they could go somewhere. They believed that yes, they've been making changes because they've done a lot of damage, and before you can rebuild something, it will take a moment, right? So that's it. When they were able to beat Senegal, they did their very best to knock out Senegal, and they went ahead again to meet other teams, and they did well, and from there the belief started building. Even people that, because if you look at their last match, who they got 4-0 from Equatorial Guinea, you see that people didn't even wait for the final whistle before they
all left.
They rushed out of the stadium and were like raining curses and saying they should send the coach, they should do. Though yes, the FA decided to send the coach and brought in a student coach to at least assist the team, and you can see now they are in the finals, and they are even, I would like to say, this is a very big clash, because they were the two unexpected teams to even reach the finals.
Exactly.
So
exactly,
I say much heat in the final as well, and we just pray everything goes well.
We pray everything goes well, to be very honest with you. And with what you said now about unexpectancy, Ivory Coast versus Nigeria in the AFCON final, I want to, is this the best AFCON so far for you?
Wow, I've been saying those, and I've been hearing those kind of questions everywhere. I would say since when I've been giving birth to, because if I should say this is the best, I didn't witness some of the AFCON played before my birth. But I will say it this way, that since I've been giving birth to, let's just put it since 1990, this is the best AFCON I've ever witnessed in my entire life. It's the most well-coordinated AFCON, or I would say African competition that has been coordinated before. Looking at it from the VAR side, looking at it from the ref sides, everything are well organized. Everything, even the pitch, we don't have complaints about pitch, that the pitch is not good, that's why we couldn't win a certain match, or nobody had complaints of the host. Everything went the proper way. If you look at it, we have started dragging attentions of the whites watching African Cup, because the whites have that belief that it's the black countries, they can never go higher. But now you can see it now. And look at it, this is what we call it. When everything is in place, there will be love, there will be attention into it. Now look at it now, we've organized the World AFCON, and look at how many views and how many fans we got out there to watch, even from outside Africa. You can say, and we got so many supports from the, how will I ever say it, from players that had colleagues outside, like, you are doing your best, you are doing this, you are doing that. So all those kind of things, if you had put them in place before, would have, as I won't even say, even if we are not even that's not the second best competition, at least to be at the list of 1 to 5. So I would say this is the best AFCON I've ever witnessed in my entire life.
I echo that your sentiment, that this is the best AFCON so far. To be very honest with you, you said something about the whites, tuning in to watch the AFCON. Gary Neville, the Sky Sports pundit, said something the other day. He said the officiating at the Africa Cup of Nations has been top notch. That there's no single error, there's no delayed calls, there's no, everything was spot on. And he made mention of something which I really keyed into. He said Europeans and the rest of the world should come and learn from Africa. You know why I'm happy about that? Because I'm happy with that. At least it's one of them that said it, not we saying it to them. It's one of them that said that this is the best officiating we've seen in a long time. What do you think of Gary Neville's comments?
I would say yes, he's right about it. And also, when I bumped into that kind of news, I wanted to be very sure, because you know about all these blogs all the time. So I had to be very sure that it was actually Gary Neville that made mention of such statements. So I later discovered that yes, it was really from Gary Neville. I was shocked that wow, if somebody like this abroad, let's just say outside Africa, could make mention of this statement, then we should have much people saying it, just that they don't have the advantages having to talk to the press and everything. That means they've been going through it and they've seen it. And if you look at it, this really paved the way for the underdogs in terms of Cape Verde and the other teams, they had to, like, I would even say it made the competition more competitive. Yes, there were struggles on and here. No team, if you look at it, the overconfident teams, that's the Morocco, the Senegal,
the Algerians.
Yes, overconfidence. I won't say it's overconfidence that killed them, but I will say they were at number 1 to 5. If you look at it now, they brought out a findings that the last 5 teams that won the Africa Cup of Nations, none of them made it to the semi-final or the quarter-final. They had to, if you look at it, was still the same underdogs that brought them out one by one. Look at it now. In that aspect, you should know that yes, everything was in place. It even paved way for the underdogs. They performed
to
well.
show themselves.
Exactly, everything.
I once again I echo your sentiments. This is like the best AFCON that we have ever witnessed. From the underdogs, from the logistics, from the stadia, no one had any complaints. From the hotels, the players, everyone enjoyed themselves. And I really want to give kudos to Ivory Coast, the government of Ivory Coast, for hosting this beautiful showpiece for us. That even I'm sure that Nigerians with our noise online, our clouds chasing online, we brought enough PR to this competition.
Exactly.
Most people don't know that Asia are also hosting their own AFC Asian Cup. They don't know, but because of the PR we brought to this competition, it's shown, and I really enjoyed the comments coming from people in England, in Italy, saying that Africa really did well. No VAR error, no nothing. Everything was spot on, and I really want to say thank you to Ivory Coast once again for hosting this wonderful tournament. And before we delve into other matters, we would like to pay our respects to those who lost their lives in, or let me say, after the Nigerian game against South Africa. Some people, 4 in total, lost their lives due to the fact that some lost their lives due to the fact that the goal was chalked off. Some because we went into penalty shootouts. Some couldn't handle the pressure and all. And to be very honest with you, it just shows some people are just patriotic about our nation, about our national team. Because I said it on my story some time ago that this is the best AFCON in terms of support, in terms of awareness. A lot of Nigerians came out to support the Super Eagles at this point in time.
Lots.
Hence why people are so passionate and concerned about, offside calls, this one, that one. So what do you think about patriotism? Like the patriotic people that lost their lives against South Africa?
I would have said let's say Nigeria had lost the match, would have heard much than this. Because even me, when I was watching that match, I won't lie to you, it got to one point I wanted to turn my back at the TV, like and the tension actually started from the goal that was called off. That was Osimhen's goal. Oh damn. I was like, I was know when people have started jubilating, yes, we've actually sealed the match with 2-0, and there was a call that there's
a penalty.
There's a penalty from the build-up.
Not only the goal has been chalked off, and there's a penalty as for South Africa as well.
I bet that at least would have lost one of those 4 souls that maybe from that aspect, one soul had already left us in this earth and gone to heaven. But looking at itself, that tension was just too high. It was even for me. I won't lie to you. After finishing the match, I just had to go and take paracetamol and then water to go and have a good night rest and wake up the next morning. Match, oh Lord. And looking at it very well, if we didn't find, how will I even say it, if we didn't get to find out something like this had happened, it won't even show how serious it is. Because people think we chase clouds. We Nigerians chase clouds. We don't chase clouds. We support with our full chest if you have to support. And if you see, you heard that 4 just died. I'm not saying I'm happy that only 4 died, but I said I'm still glad that we are not more than 4, because the tension, it was too much, too much. Should I even move to the aspect that what's his name? Haino had to lose one of our penalties.
One of our penalties as well.
I know somebody would have even fainted at that moment. I was like, only if I could grab Haino to give him a knock on his head at that moment. But only for our savior for the match, we want Bali to save another second shot. From there, I knew that yes, Nigeria won this. And if you look at it, the match was so much similar to the World Cup final. because we scored first, they equalized. Okay, fine. After the equalizing, we went ahead for the extra time. There were a lot of tension in the extra time too as well. Then we moved ahead to the penalty shootout. That was hell. And I need to even ask this question. I don't know if, well, I heard, because and it happened at my own place too, that the DSTV had to go off. That was when and this person got his first save.
Yeah, the DSTV had to
exactly.
Had to deny us that pleasure of witnessing that in Nwabali's first save.
I will tell you that when the DSTV came on back, it was I think it was our time to play our own penalty after Nwabali saved the shot. I was the first person, because we were about 10 in the room. I was the first person to check their expression. That's the South African fans expression. Looking at their expression, I was able to look at it's possible that something has happened. I was just guessing. All of a sudden, I just saw the board raised up and it was 2-0. I said, thank God. Thank God. All those kind of the tension was just too high. That was just the point. But too high.
Well, to be very honest with you, I want to say condolences to all those who have lost their loved ones during that game and after that game as well, because it's so sad for people supporting their national team and then losing their lives in the process. We hope that God gives them the strength to bear those losses. Your prediction, David, what is your prediction for the final?
That's kind of final. I predict Nigeria to win.
2-1?
Yes.
Nigeria 2-1.
2-1.
Okay, well, well, I would stick to our normal score line, in which we say we will be playing to a 1-1. Oh no, sorry, we won't play a 1-1.
Yeah.
My own prediction is Nigeria 1, Ivory Coast 0. Our defense can do it for us.
If I was allowed to pick a second prediction, I'll pick also 1-0 too. Yeah, so I would like to pick a multi-score. So I'll be picking 2-1 or 1-0. All I know is that my country must win.
Our country will win, and they must win. They must win to honor those souls that left us on earth. That's all I have for you on the show. Keep watching Football Domain on CTV as we bring you more updates concerning the African Cup of Nations and football beyond. I really want to thank you, David, for coming on the show, for your analysis, for your contributions and everything. Till next time, stay safe and have a wonderful day. Bye.